Rosarito Beach today talking to one of my bigger players who's here in La Jolla Del Mar. We're going to kind of go over what brought him down here to Rosarito in the first place, why he's here, what it's all about. I get questions from guys every single day that are calling me. What's security like? What are the girls like? What are the condos like? So in these videos, we're going to try to explain to you what the whole scene is about down here in Rosarito and how you can get in on it. So J Dawg, what's going on, big guy?
Nice to see you.
Good. So tell us a little bit about what brought you down here.
Well, I was living in Vegas, and then Black Friday happened, and so I went back home to Illinois. I'm from Chicago originally, and I actually had to get a real-life job for a little bit. Had to save some money up. Yep. I worked at a chewing gum factory in Rockford for
No way.
3 shifts. 3 shifts. I made $500. I deposited money on lock poker and grinded it up to $30,000.
And you started playing when you were young, didn't you? Before you even had
Yeah,
you were 18.
I started online when I was 13, playing under my dad's name.
No way.
Yep. So I've been playing for a while, definitely.
So Black Friday kind of kicked you to the curb temporarily.
Yep.
You had to go get a real job, which had to suck.
Yeah, that was
from
awful.
poker to a chewing gum factory isn't fun.
That was a reality check. Like, oh, I can make money playing a game. I need to work harder. Like, you know, if I ever get the chance to again.
So how did you get back online?
Well, after playing on Merge for a while, I ended up trying to go to Canada, and I got rejected at the Canadian border.
Really? So tell us. They actually rejected you at the border.
Yeah, the customs officer directly asked me if I was an online poker player, and for some reason I lied. And they ended up searching my car, and he pulls out of my suitcase full tilt knockout of pro shirts, like 8 of them. He's like, "So what are these T-shirts doing here?"
No.
And I was like, well, that's a good question.
You know, a lot of guys that are calling me lately have been telling me that they've been having so many problems in Canada. Canada is denying visas for professional poker players. Plus, it's cold there. The girls are kind of, you know, like American girls anyway. So it doesn't have a lot going for it. But to find out that you get to the border and they specifically ask you, are you a poker player? I mean, that's like collusion with the U.S. government.
Exactly.
Stick it in your ass.
Definitely should say yes to it. Don't lie.
Yeah, but I think if you say yes, they can deny you too.
They still have a chance to deny you, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so you got denied at Canada, at the Canadian border. So you're not a big fan of Canada anymore?
No, not a big fan of Canada anymore. I don't think I'll ever go there.
Okay, and then you came, what, back down to here, or you went back?
I went back home to Illinois for another 2 months because I had to book a place down here.
Sure.
And I moved down here on November 1st with Starting Gun / Live at Pompeii.
No kidding.
Been here since.
So you've been here almost a year?
Yep.
So now you're here in La Jolla?
Yep, exactly.
And
I love it here.
You've got a lot of company here, I think.
Yeah, there is a ton of poker players here.
No kidding. Okay, so what made you think about Calafia in the first place? I know you hit me up on the internet, but I think you were already pondering Calafia or La Jolla at that time.
Yeah, I was already pondering La Jolla. I just like the location. Like, I'm from a small town back home, and it's still like on the outskirts of town, where you're not in the middle of everything. I like having my peace and quiet, but you're also right there, 2 minutes away from town.
So what's it like coming from living in Rockford, Illinois, to living in an oceanfront, high-end condominium with a 50-inch television and a $4,000 mattress on your bed?
It's definitely a big difference. So I love it down here. The weather's perfect. Back in Illinois, the weather's crappy half the years.
Yeah.
Not having to deal with the cold, the snow, the rain. Like, it's perfect down here. Perfect.
And obviously, a house like this in San Diego would run you about $3,500 a month.
Definitely.
So that's another very big thing for players. I know that Costa Rica has been really big for guys. Malta's been really big for guys. Canada was, as you know, for a long time. But I think one thing you mentioned before, too, was Canada's a lot more expensive.
Yeah, it's even way more expensive than the U.S.
Yeah, really?
Like I think 25% more expensive is what I've been hearing from players that have been up there.
Wow. So just being in a high-rise condo in the middle of Vancouver is going to cost you, what, $2,000, $2,500?
At least. One of my friends was looking at getting a one-bedroom place. It was going to be $2,400 a month.
Wow. So now you're committed here at La Jolla. You're staying until the end of 2013, correct?
Yeah.
What's going to happen for you personally if they make online gambling legal again? Are you going to go back or are you going to stay here?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm leaning towards staying here, to be honest, because if PokerStars is back being serviced in the U.S., I'm not exactly sure I want to go back anyway.
Right.
So I'm going to be a Supernova Elite this year, so it's worth a lot keeping the Supernova Elite every single year.
And you know, a lot of guys have been saying that even if they make it legal, the rake is going to be unbelievable.
The rake's going to be incredible. They're going to make sure and get all their tax money.
Yep.
It might be, we don't know yet, but it might be run state by state, and if they do that, there's just not going to be enough games running out.
Not a pool of players.
Exactly.
So what was it like for you getting bank accounts down here and getting everything set up? Was it hard for you? Was it simple?
It was super easy, and I even did it myself. I didn't have anybody help me. Like, I know you yourself, you've been helping a lot of people. It was pretty easy. Just Go in.
So you
ask
didn't have
for-
any hassles at all?
No
coming down
hassles
the
at
road?
all. I literally was back on PokerStars within 30 hours of arriving in Mexico.
Awesome. So the biggest question that every guy asks me, every single call I get is security, security, security. And obviously in the United States, you know, the media lives on fear. Every day they're scaring the hell out of us about one thing or another. And I try to assure guys, listen, there's 15,000 old white people living here. There's nothing going on down here. It's really mellow. But tell the guys what you think about the security issue down here and how you feel walking around without a gun or a dog.
I feel completely safe down here. I mean, where we live, they're always gated communities.
Sure.
But even on the streets, I mean, I've been in Tijuana over 100 times in the middle of the night, just partying, and
Sure.
never have I felt unsafe. There's police everywhere. The people are friendly. I mean, it's just a different culture.
And all those times you were in Tijuana, how many times were you so drunk you couldn't remember your name?
Only a couple times.
Only a couple times.
I try to keep it under control.
But even though you were completely inebriated, nothing bad happened. The
Of
cops
course not.
didn't hassle you.
Nope.
All right.
Everybody's really helpful. It always seems like. Now, if you look for trouble, you'll find it.
Absolutely. You know, we
But-
tell guys if you're looking for drugs and you're going into a bad neighborhood, you might get robbed. That's
Yeah,
going to happen in the States too.
exactly.
Don't be stupid. What's your favorite part of TJ?
Honestly, the clubs. The club
Well, I hear about
atmosphere.
one club quite a bit
Yeah,
from a lot of guys. Hong Kong?
Hong Kong.
So what does it deal with Hong Kong? You know, tell people what it's like. What is it that makes that club so incredible?
Well, I don't know. It's just the fact that it's so different compared to any U.S. strip club. Like, there's just, when I say there's no rules, there's like no rules. Yeah, exactly. I went back to Vegas for the World Series of Poker, and I've never been to a U.S. strip club because I just turned 21.
Sure.
I went to my first Vegas strip club, and I just didn't have any fun at all. It was just
Well, it's very expensive. I mean, you
Well,
got
it's
to pay
expensive and
$300 just to
boring.
talk to a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And down here, the whole thing is about what, $60?
Yeah, $60 to get everything.
Well, so what do you think about this place you got here at La Jolla?
Oh, I love it here. It's perfect. So I had roommates for a while, and being an only child, I like having my own space. So
Well, you're one of the bigger players we got. You tended to get one of the higher end units. It's really, really decked out. Did all the beer bottles come with the unit, or were those extra?
those were extra.
Those came extra. So, you want to take us on a tour and just kind of show us what we're looking at here?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go do the lifestyles of the rich and famous tour with Josh. So you came to Pokerexpats to get a place,
Yeah, exactly.
and we got you hooked up. Did it work well for you?
Yeah, I would highly recommend Pokerexpats.com and see Scott to get hooked up. He does everything for you for a reasonable price. Super easy.
Just want to make your life simple down here, get you up and running as quick as possible.
Yep.
It's all about grinding
Exactly.
and making money. All right, big guy, so grind well today, make some money.